All right, welcome everyone to our virtual career fair. I want to thank you for taking the time out to learn about Iris. Before we start, I do want to start with just a few housekeeping items. Just so you are aware, this is being recorded. So if you do forget any information that we are providing for you, it will be emailed to you after, as well as if you have any questions, there is a prompt for you to enter in your questions. And at the end, we will have a Q&A to answer any of your questions. Okay, next slide. So as I stated, welcome. My name is Bree Howard, and I am the provider marketing manager here at Iris. And my role is to attract and get therapists like you and psychiatrists and PMHNPs to join our wonderful company. I will be one of your presenters today. We also have Alexa Parks as well too.
Yeah, I'm Alexa Parks. I'm a clinical hiring manager with
Alexa,
Iris.
you're on mute.
No, I'm not. Can you hear me now?
Nope, still can't hear you.
What? I'm not on mute. Oh, Alex can hear me. Okay, I'm gonna keep talking then. So I'm Alexa Parks. I'm a clinical hiring manager specifically on our therapy team. So I work with all of the therapists that we are working with, and as well as our partner groups. So my role is to kind of align with what you're looking for, your background, your experience, as well as our partner groups and what they're looking for.
Okay, so I can't hear Alexa for some strange reason, but everyone else can. So I'm glad everyone else can. So I'll just see when her lips stop moving and then we'll move forward. So first, I want to tell you a little bit about Iris. So you've probably heard a lot of things, but let me give you a background about us. So we were founded in 2013 by a child and adolescent psychiatrist, Dr. Tarek Shaheen, and we continue to be a physician-led medical group. And so if you're unfamiliar about how Iris works, I'll tell you about it now. So what we do is we go across the country and we build partnerships with different hospitals, health systems, and community mental health centers. And what you do as providers for us is that we fully integrate you into that site. So, and it's all 100% virtually. So you'll work with their EMR systems, any softwares that they're using, as well work hand in hand with staff. You become almost as one. So we are not direct to consumer. We're also not a fee for service. So everything that you need as far as a backing of clinical support, you have that with us just 100% remotely. And so Iris started originally with psychiatrists and PMHNPs. And in 2020, we branched off into starting a therapy program. And our medical leadership ahead of it is Don Naper. And so currently, right now, we have 324 service lines with partnerships in 39 states. And I believe now it's 40 plus states. And so our average partnership length is 4.25 years. Currently, we have over 420 medical providers, and we're constantly growing every day. And that is a mix of psychiatrists, PMHNPs, LCSWs, and of course, of that breakdown, 150 of them are therapists. And so, right now and forever in the foreseeable future, we will be 100% behavioral health service. Next slide, please. So I wanted to go over with everyone so you kind of understand what Iris does, what are our structures of our services and our care models that we provide when you work with our partners. So we started off as in scheduled services, and that's been the core of our business. And what that is that you're matched with a healthcare organization. And we're matching you with based on their needs and your experiences and your preferences. And that could be the diagnosis that you treat, the population that you serve, the hours and days that you're willing to work. So we match you with them and we give you a regularly scheduled, dedicated schedule to work with that partner. And you'll provide regular behavioral health treatment for their patients. You'll have a panel or you'll build up a panel of patients, and you'll have the backing of support of Iris as well as an on-site team as well too. Now this year we actually bridged out into Bridge Care Services. And with Bridge Care Services, the core of why we started it was just for the stabilization of patients. Um, we didn't want patients to continue to go into the ED. You know, they're admitted, they're seen, and then they're taken right back out in the system. And so, Bridge Care Services is to bridge the gap between the PCPs and behavioral health specialists. And so, this is how, as therapists, you will work for us in scheduled services or Bridge Care Services. But for our psychiatrists and PMH and Ps, we have on-demand services, which is in the ED in hospitals across the country, where they work in a dedicated pod of multiple health systems and hospitals, and they provide ED psychiatry support. Next slide. So here at Iris, we have multiple provider types. As I stated, we started off hiring psychiatrists and PMH and Ps, but then we branched off into LCSWs and LMFTs. And now we have also branched out into hiring LPCs. So we are forever changing in this realm of work.
All right. So I'm going to go over some requirements for our therapists. So all of our opportunities for therapists are 40 hours per week. So obviously we would need you to be available for 40 hours per week. We partner with clinics all across the country. So there are, different schedules you can work. Some allow for 10-hour days, 5 8-hour days, but just they always add up to 40 hours a week. We require 2 or more years of experience post licensure. So whatever license you have, independent clinical license, 2 years after that is when we would be able to start working with you. We require a therapist to live in the US and to have passed whatever licensing exam goes with the type of license you have. Yeah, so that has to be passed as well. Next slide, please. Some benefits and perks. We offer health insurance, dental and vision, a lot of different plans with low deductibles. Our life insurance is 100% employer paid with the option to purchase additional coverage as well. We offer a 401k plan that we match up to a certain percentage of your salary. For paid time off, we offer up to 4 weeks of paid time off as well as 6 paid holidays per year. And then in terms of equipment, you can pick and personalize all of your equipment. So we have laptops, monitors, keyboard, mouse, webcam, speaker, all that good stuff. And we also offer 24/7 IT support. In terms of office expense budget, we allow up to $1,500 a year towards your office expenses. So if you need a desk, a chair, whatever you need to make your office professional, usable, private, HIPAA compliant, all that good stuff. And then we also offer up to $1,500 a year towards your continuing education credits. And then we cover your malpractice insurance as well. A little bit about our candidate journey. So our journey is a little bit different than some other places. So you would submit your resume and your application. From there, it would be reviewed by our team, and then we would reach out to schedule interviews. We've just had a little bit of a change in that currently. We're going right to video interviews at this point. After your video interview, if we're moving forward, you would complete credentialing paperwork. So we do a background check, we check the references, all of that good stuff. And then while that's going on, you would meet with your clinical hiring manager. So that would be either me or one of my colleagues, and we would discuss the different opportunities we have available that might align with your preferences, your experience, what you're looking for in a role with Iris. When you find a clinic that you feel like might be a good fit for you, we would schedule a meet and greet with that clinic where you meet with some of their teammates so you can really make sure it's a good culture fit, good experience fit, really feels right for you to move forward there. After the meet and greet, if it goes well, you want to move forward. The clinic also thinks you'd be a good fit for them, is when you would sign a contract, everything would be official, and we would start working on licensing and credentialing and getting you started at your placement. And then just some credentialing and clinical support we provide. It's really white glove support. So we have a dedicated clinical operations manager for each therapist or each provider that works with Iris. They help with clinical and administrative operational stuff with Iris, so onboarding, training, any questions and support you need. They're really kind of like a liaison between you and the clinic. So they're really helpful in all of those aspects. And then we also have our medical staff services team who handles licensing and credentialing for your placement. So if you're working in a clinic that is in a state where you're not licensed, they will do all of the licensing for you and they'll get you credentialed with the clinic as well.
So here at Iris, we have our core values. And so it's very important for us that we hire providers who are very like-minded with us. We want you to stay with us. We want you to continue to work with us. And these core values here is what keeps us provider and patient centric. So we always have you as clinicians at heart, but also our patients as well too. The first one is people over all else. So we truly value our relationship with our employees and our organization over everything. And so acting every day with integrity and respect, doing the right thing for our people, both internally and externally, so the patients as well as our colleagues, and our competitive advantage. And it's one of the strengths that we have as well too. By making sure our passion by helping people is always at the forefront of everything that we do. The next one that we have is suck less every day. And I know this sounds crazy to hear, right? But we strive to do better every single day. And to make it sound a little less harsh, we call it sledding. So it's about our journey towards excellence, our striving to be better every day. If there's a way that we can be better as a company or even as individuals, we do that. We learn from our mistakes and we continually improve. And that's what makes us dedicated to what we do every day here at Iris. The next one is execution is queen and king. So ideas alone are really nothing, right? So we want to take our ideas because they're innovative. They'll help our patients and they'll help you as clinicians as well too. And we want to actually put them into action. We want to accomplish real results. So we believe that dependability is key and to trust our relationships. So we do what we say and we say what we do. It's really just that simple. We want to execute and be the best as possible as we can. So the next one is be quick, but don't hurry. So we want to move as fast as we possibly can, right? We want to give the best care for our patients. We want to be the best, worker that we can. But we don't want to move so quick that our results are just sacrificed. The care for our patients are sacrificed. And so we strive to strike a balance between both. And there's always room for improvement with being quick, but don't hurry as well too. But it's one of the things our partners and probably one of our providers love the most about working with us. We want to make sure you master what you're doing before you just rush into it. We want you to take your time, but be as quick as possible. And the last one, love your work and live your work. Here at Iris, I can say internally and from all our clinicians, we're passionate about what we do every day. We realize even internally, we may not be actually touching the lives of patients every day like you do and we commend you that every day. But we do realize that what we do is a trickle down effect to all our patients. And so we put our hearts and our souls into all of our work so that we can be proud of our results. We can be proud of helping our patients out and being the best partners to any organization that we work with. So I know you guys have heard a lot of information. Um, One way that we would love to stay connected with you guys is our behavior health messenger. So if you want to hear more about what's going on at Iris, some of our job opportunities that we have, some of our CME resources, behavioral health industry news, take your phones out now and just scan that QR code and you can sign up to be a part of our behavioral health messenger. It's sent out monthly and it gives so much information. So if you are interested, please make sure that you click that QR code. And if you are interested in applying, um, we have our email listed right here, and it's talent@iristelehealth.com. And in the subject line, make sure you put career fair interest and attach your CV. We are looking for therapists, so please apply to us if you meet the provider requirements and you're interested. And let's say maybe you don't have the provider requirements right away, right now. Make sure you still put that in there as well too, because we may reach back out to you when you do meet the requirements, or if you want to talk to someone, that might be possible for us to connect you with someone. Now, one of the opportunities that we do have currently right now is one based in Texas. And I know this career fair was specifically for therapists who were licensed in Texas or interested in becoming licensed in Texas. So if you are, please submit your resume. If you're not licensed in Texas, but you are interested, put that in your the subject line as well too, or you can put that in the body of your email as well too. Next slide. So this is the end of our virtual career fair, but before we wrap it up, I just want to make sure that there aren't any questions that you guys have for us to answer. We're going to give you some time to type a question in or two if you would like. Okay. We do have a question that rolled in. And the first question is, do you cover licensing and credentialing fees for all jobs? Yes, we do. If you're not licensed in a state, or if you are licensed in a state that you work with us for Iris, we will cover those licensing fees for you. We have a credentialing team that keeps your license up to date with us as long as you work for us. Okay. Alexa, do you want to take the next question?
Yeah, absolutely. So the next question was, what is average time from placement to seeing patients? That can really vary depending on where you're going to be working. So if you're already licensed in the state where you're going to be working, average time would be about 60 days. If we're getting you licensed outside of the state you're already licensed in, it can take a little bit longer, up to 90 days, sometimes even longer than that. But on average, somewhere between 60 and 90 days. And then the next question was, are all of your roles 100% remote? Yes, they are. You never have to go anywhere or see anyone in person. It will all be fully remote.
Okay. Thanks, Alexa. So the next question that came in was, are all of your roles 100% remote? Yes, they are 100% remote. We don't have any hybrid roles, any roles that are in person, 100% remote, and for the foreseeable future, we will always stay 100% remote. Alexa, the next question was, can ASWs apply? Can you speak to that one, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now we require that all of our therapists are independently clinically licensed. So you could always send your resume, keep in contact, but until we have that full independent license and 2 years of experience post licensure, we wouldn't be able to match you with our partner groups just yet.
All right. So those are all the questions that we have answered, that came in. But if you do have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to the talent inbox too, with your questions. They'll be able to answer your questions as well too. So I just want to take the time out to thank you again for joining us. Thank you for spending your lunch hour with us, if it was, and we hope to see you apply with us. Thank you. Bye.